Welcome to ESL Factory, your ultimate solution for evaluating and tracking ESL students at all levels.
Today, we are going to learn how to prepare and print checklist reports for a student in ESL Factory. First, make sure that the checkbox to the right of the list of tabs is checked off. When the checkbox is not checked off, it should read, "Click to remove sample data." If the checkbox is not checked off, the description will read, "Click to add sample data." To add sample data, simply click on the empty checkbox. Once you have done this, click on the tab labeled Step 6, Show Report Options. 3 more tabs will appear underneath. Click on the tab labeled Prepare/Print Checklists. A screen will appear that features several different fields to be filled in. To fill in these fields, you will first need to select an instructor. To do this, click on the down arrow box at the far right of the field labeled Select Instructor. Then select instructor Smith-Sample Instructor-Bill. Once you have done this, click on the down arrow box at the far right of the field labeled Select Course. Then select Example Course 2, Start Date Friday, July 15th, 2011. Now, we need to select a student. To do this, click on the down arrow box at the far right of the field labeled Select Student and select John Doe. Next, we have to select a report. To do this, click on the down arrow box at the far right of the field labeled Select Report and click on English Language Benchmark 4. From here, we can begin to fill out the different sections of John Doe's report. There are 4 sections to fill out on the checklist report. To view them, click on the down arrow box at the far right of the field labeled Report Section. A list will appear that features the sections Listening, Speaking, Reading, and Writing. First, we will click on Listening. Once you have done this, text will appear in the fields labeled Items and Details. The text in the item field are all Roman numerals. Each Roman numeral represents a benchmark that is geared towards the student who is being evaluated, in our case John Doe. In the Details field, the description of the benchmark is given and is what the instructor will look at when evaluating the student. Once the instructor has evaluated the student, he can check off one of 4 possible outcomes for the student. The choices are benchmark achieved, developing skill, limited ability, or not demonstrated. For the first item, we will select benchmark achieved. You will notice that there are 5 items that remain. You will need to do the same for each item until all of the items in the listening section are accounted for. We will fill out the rest of the listening items now. Once you have done this, you will need to repeat the same process for the speaking, reading, and writing sections of the checklist report. We will do so now. As you fill out each section of the checklist report, you will notice that in the top right-hand corner page there is a table titled Total Report, which tallies the number of benchmarks the student has completed in each section. If they have completed enough benchmarks to warrant a pass, the right of the tally will read complete. Once you have completed each section of the report and wish to see the printed version of the report, click on Finalize/Print Preview. You will be taken to another page titled Details for Checklist Report. Most of the fields will already be filled in as we have previously set them. However, you will need to include a reporting date. To do this, click on the tab labeled Set a Checklist Report Date for this course. Once you have done this, a new screen will appear. To select a date, click on the calendar icon next to the box labeled Report Date for Checklist Reports. When you have done this, a calendar will appear, and you can set your date by simply clicking on the date you wish to use. We will use August 30th. Now we are done setting our report date. To return to the previous screen, click on the tab labeled OK. Close this form and set the above date for all students in this class. When you have returned to the Details for Checklist Report screen, you can fill in the box at the bottom of the screen labeled Recommended Next Level. In this box, you can insert the level you believe John Doe is ready for. We will insert Level 5. Now we are ready to print the checklist report. To do this, click on Preview/Print Report. You will be taken to a screen where you can preview the report and see how it will look once it is printed. To print the report, right-click on the report and select Print. When you are done printing, right-click on the screen and select Close. When you return to the Details for Checklist screen, select Close this form. Finally, to exit the checklist report screen, click on Finished with this report in the upper right-hand corner to return to the main menu.
Thank you for using ESL Factory, your ultimate solution for evaluating, assessing, and tracking ESL students at all levels.